Tuesday, September 21st, 2023. Today in the Daily Review, we discuss Federico Fellini's Orchestra Rehearsal. What? It was a movie he made for television, and it's only like 70-something minutes. He made it for Italian television. I think it's like not really popular. I don't think a lot of people have seen it, especially in the United States, but I have the Arrow Blu-ray. Okay. So this movie is bonkers, like this time period of most late Fellini movies. Really brilliant and strange, kind of at the same time. What's this guy? This guy out there. Oh, he's asking for money from a cop. That's intense. Anyway, this homeless guy was like asking for money from a cop, and they were just like, no. All right, back to this. All right, so what this is, it's a giant metaphor or allegory movie. In a nutshell is what Fellini referred to it to. Like, and it's kind of, I guess it's also referred to as his first political movie, although I feel like there's political things in La Dolce Vita. Just like discussing religion as being political, isn't it? Anyway, whatever. This is like directly an attack on Italian politics, which I don't know tons about, especially in this time period in the late 70s, but some stuff had gone down. I guess a previous prime minister had been kidnapped and killed by the Red Brigade or something like that. And so there's, plus the World War II stuff being influenced by Nazism in Germany and homegrown fascism and stuff like that. So what this is a pseudo-documentary that a television station is making about this national orchestra, just showing their rehearsal, just like, hey, it's an informative little program about what goes on behind the scenes in an orchestra. And so most of the movie is everybody introducing their instrument and discussing why it's the best instrument and why it's so important. And then you start getting like, oh, these are different occupations. Like, oh, these type of people don't get along with the brass don't get along with the rhythm, and the rhythm gets along with the contrabass, and the violins, they're kind of feel like they're the power behind the whole. They're like the heart and mind of the orchestra, but the oboe is really they're the most important because they set the key and the range or something like that, and so the violins are always jealous of that, and all sorts of things. Fascinating and authentic. I feel like I've heard people discuss instruments, and percussion being the most fun and laid back because they have no pretension. It's pretty cool, and it's how what draws you to the instrument also kind of has something to do with personality. It says a lot about art, which is what Fellini's always doing, is being like, hey, everything. Fellini's like philosophy, I feel like, is like everything is fucked up, but at least there's community in art. There's some sort of bonding energy, which makes me sound like a super hippie, but just like something with like where you, on a scientific level, where you're communicating. And it's like our sophisticated brains are communicating on a level that we don't even understand. I feel like, other than it's like a hug. You're like, oh yeah, we're all the same. Transcendenship, I believe it's called. It's like when you're at a football game and everybody cheers, or you're at a U2 concert and they play where the streets have no name, and it comes on the edge with his reverb, and everybody goes, yeah. And you go, oh, we made it through the troubles or whatever. Anyway, this then builds up, as you might expect, crescendos, to use an orchestral word, to absolute chaos. And like they've spray painted the walls. All the arguments start between all the different groups. And then the conductor, I almost said the director. The conductor is like, obviously causing issues and acting like, the dictator of the orchestra. And then I'll just kind of tell you all about it. I guess you can watch it. You can stop watching this review now. It's on YouTube. You can rent it and watch it. The link is below. But I'm just going to tell you, because most people I don't think are going to watch it, because it's in Italian and it's strange and it doesn't look very good because it's got like TV lighting. So nothing's particularly interestingly lit, which is stylistically is right, but most people would watch this and be like, what the hell is this? I have to read a little booklet. I mean, and most of the stuff I'm telling you, I learned from reading the booklet here for full transcription. Make up a word. It's okay. Anyway, it gets to the point where wrecking balls smash through the church that they're playing in that has been converted into which is obviously a metaphor, been converted into like a rehearsal space or and then in amongst the wreckage they all play together, and it's nice. It's all working. It's like bringing tears to their eyes. And then the very last moment, the orchestra director just starts yelling at them in German that it was bad and that they need to start over. It's like, it's nuts. I was like, what the hell was that? What a left turn that is. That's like an ultimate. That's like a Stanley Kubrick punchline, like a Doctor Strangelove thing. Anyway, awesome. I really liked it. I mean, I'm a big Fellini fan. It's one of the few films of his I haven't seen, but I think most people would definitely be like, whoa. Like, I could recommend you watch Nights of Cabiria or La Dolce Vita or 8.5. That's getting pretty weird, but I would say Nights of Cabiria is probably a good entry point because it's just kind of, sometimes he gets very surreal, and that can alienate some audiences. Although the early stuff, it's more, it's the imagery is metaphoric, and the metaphors are kind of nutty. It's great. Anyway, I love him. He's probably, if I could be any director, it would be Federico Fellini, excuse me. And I love the Italian language. I love just watching movies and hearing Italian. It's a nice one. It's like in my DNA to like it. Last but not least, I was on After Hours, the second hour of the Office Hours live program with Tim Heidecker today that I've been on a handful of times. It's not a big deal at all. And I beefed. It's like a lot of people call in and do little puns, but you don't say you have a pun. You say you have like some information for them. And I wasn't even going to do it, and I had written this one on a card like a long time ago, and I'll let you guys watch it, but I wrote it down like 3 months ago, and it's been sitting there, and I've been looking at it, and I still didn't say it the funniest way. They were like, no, you should have said this, and I was like, okay, bye. I feel like I dismounted well, but it was a bad routine. If this were the pommel horse of jokes, I kind of beefed it, but I then front flipped and landed at least on my feet. But I broke my ankle. I don't know. He knows, like, he's not being a jerk. He knows that it's funnier to say thank you, like, right, you know what I mean? Like, I could see it in his eye. I don't know. Let me know what you think. I'll link that below. Comment and do whatever you want. Who cares? I'm not monetized anymore. I don't care. Do whatever you want. Just stop that shit. Why do you have to watch commercials? You shouldn't have to. Okay, bye. Talk to you later. Have a good Thursday evening. Bye.